So the Premier League season has just ended.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I know this video was long overdue, but there were a lot of outstanding performances this season in the Premier League, and this video will show some light to some of the players that did not get the flowers that they may have deserved this season. This will be a 2023-24 Premier League underrated 11. Let's get started. The way this is going to work is that I'm going to be picking a couple candidates, maybe 3, 4, 5 names per position, and I'm going to say my most underrated player out of those players. Now I have 3 candidates for the goalkeeper position: Bernd Leno, Emi Martinez, and the one that I am picking, which is Jordan Pickford. Second most clean sheets in the Premier League, Everton having the 4th best defense in the league, and Pickford is a massive part of that. He's genuinely so underrated due to the fact people still do not rate him because he's seen as a goalkeeper who makes mistakes and is short. In reality, he's amazing with the ball at his feet, and his shot stopping is brilliant. Fullbacks, again, it was pretty hard to find quality players in these positions. For right back, I put Malo Gusto, Connor Bradley, and Diogo Dalot as my candidates. And I chose Dalot as my underrated right back, only because he is a quality player playing for our trash United team. He's a versatile player who can play both right back and left back and chip in with a goal or two. I do think he needs to improve his defending a bit, but overall, I think he's a very, very good player. At left back, again, it was hard to choose a player. My candidates are Emerson Palmieri, Ryan Aït-Nouri, and Ola Aina. I chose Emerson from West Ham because he's probably been one of the best left backs in the league this season, and has been very consistent for West Ham for a couple seasons, so he definitely deserves a mention. Center backs are actually quite easy in my opinion. The options I put forward were James Tarkowski, William Saliba, Manuel Akanji, and Mickey van de Ven. James Tarkowski is by far the most underrated center back in the league. Just as I said for Pickford, 4th best defense in the league, has played every Premier League game since joining Everton, and has been a rock at the back for Everton this season. Branthwaite gets a lot of credit because he's young and composed on the ball, but Tarkowski is a leader at the back, and alongside Branthwaite has proven to be a phenomenal center back partnership. The other center back I chose is a player that I rate so highly, and similarly to Tarkowski, partner gets more undeserved credit than he does, and that is Van de Ven. He is a top 5 center back in the league already. He's so fast, so strong, and he understands how to defend, and Tottenham looks so much worse without him in the team. Romero for me gets a lot of credit, which I believe is undeserved because Van de Ven is just so much better than him, but they definitely do form a very solid partnership together. For the midfielders, I picked one player from each role in midfield. So for CDM, I put forward Adam Wharton, João Gomez, Moises Caicedo, and Mario Lemina. I genuinely think that the player I picked is going to be world-class in the future, and he's going to get a big team move next season. Adam Wharton. Crystal Palace have picked up a gem from the championship once again, the same way they did with Eze and Olise. Crystal Palace went on a crazy run in 2024 to propel them to 10th after being around 16, 17 for most of the year. So composed for a 20-year-old, good range of passes, very good out of pressure, got a deserved England call-up for the Euro squad, and I can see him being paired with Rice in the England setup for the future to come. Brilliant, brilliant player. But for the central midfield position, I put forward Ryan Christie, Douglas Luiz, Pascal Gross, Adlai Doucouré, and Alexis McAllister. Now, the timing of this video isn't great because I have picked Douglas Luiz, but he'll probably not be a Premier League player next season because he is rumored to be in a swap deal to Juventus. He has helped dramatically bring Aston Villa to the Champions League and be a mainstay in the midfield alongside John McGinn. He's a player that can do a bit of everything, including scoring goals, and he has scored 10 goals this season. And he was Player of the Year for Aston Villa this season. He might not be underrated anymore because he's moving to Juventus, which is a big club, but I'm still going to stick with my list. Now, for the central attacking midfield position, there are generally some quality players in this position that are game changers for their team. I picked Abere Eze, Facundo Buonanotte, Harry Wilson, Martin Odegaard, and Bernardo Silva. I picked a world-class player, but I have a rationale for this. Martin Odegaard for me is a top 3 player in the league, and no one talks about it. He controls games on his own, he is Arsenal's most important player, and the fact that Arsenal are probably the best team in the world this season, he deserves so much more credit than players like Declan Rice and Bukayo Saka. I remember watching Arsenal smack Chelsea 5-0, and Odegaard was just running the show. Silky touches, eye-of-the-needle passes, just gliding past plays with ease. He makes the game look so easy, and Arsenal are so lucky to have a player like him. Now onto the wingers, and this was pretty hard because it's so easy to overrate a winger because of stats and actually not watching the game. Players like Marcus Rashford and Kidman Son, you consider overrated to some because their stats are so good, but over 90-minute performances, it might not be that way. But for the right wingers first, I chose Michael Olise, Noni Madueke, Antoine Semenyo, Leon Bailey, and Mohamed Kudus. The player I picked was Antoine Semenyo because Bournemouth's second top scorer, and no one expected him to really come from the championship and be this instant hit for Bournemouth. He's extremely quick and two-footed with a great sense for goal. Bournemouth had a surprisingly good season, and a major part of that is the contribution of Antoine Semenyo, so I think he's super underrated. For the left wingers, I pick Alejandro Garnacho, Anthony Gordon, Leandro Trossard, and Hwang Hee-chan. This is easy for me because Anthony Gordon is insanely underrated. He was Newcastle's best player last season without a doubt, second top scorer for Newcastle, and carried them through multiple games and was insanely impactful through 90 minutes. People need to talk about Anthony Gordon on the same levels of players like Gabriel Martinelli and Luis Diaz. He's incredibly underrated. And now on to the big men up front, the strikers. Now the strikers I picked for this list are Callum Wilson, Mateus Cunha, Darwin Nunez, and Nicholas Jackson. And to me, Mateus Cunha is the perfect striker and is very underrated. So strong, good finisher, and brilliant hold-up play. Links up play for Wolves brilliantly and gets everyone else involved. Wolves struggled to score goals last season, but the addition of Cunha has helped Wolves massively to improve under Gary O'Neill. And that wraps it up. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next week for another video.